Flying in 2025 is like playing airport roulette. One wrong item and boom, you're suddenly a national security threat for bringing tea bags in a smart water bottle. The worst part? No one tells you what changed. The rules shift, the signs stay the same, and now travelers like you are getting burned by bans no one saw coming. Let's break down the worst offenders. 9 smart water bottles with electronics. So you're staying hydrated. Good job. But if your bottle glows, pings, syncs, or tracks your hydration with a Bluetooth app, the TSA sees you less like a traveler and more like a walking science experiment. Smart water bottles have made their way onto the TSA's headache list because of one little thing: lithium-ion batteries. Yeah, the same kind your phone uses, the ones that have a history of catching fire midair. And TSA agents are not in the mood to play, "Is this a bomb or a Bluetooth device?" at 6 a.m. One poor guy at Atlanta's airport brought his $80 glowing hydration tracker bottle and accidentally shut down the entire security line because the embedded battery tripped the scanner. Now that's hydration drama. Anything with a charging port, app connectivity, temperature display, or, God forbid, wireless charging, it's going to get pulled. Most agents don't want to bother testing every wire, so they just confiscate it outright. Moral of the story: if your bottle can connect to Wi-Fi, maybe leave it at home. Stick to classic BPA-free plastic or good old stainless steel. Your water won't text you reminders to drink, but at least it won't delay your flight. 8 encrypted external hard drives. You packed your laptop? Great, but if you also packed an encrypted external hard drive, you might be carrying a one-way ticket to a very awkward customs search. The problem isn't the hardware, it's what's inside. As cyber threats rise, a bunch of countries are now terrified of digital black boxes entering their borders. Places like China, Russia, and several Middle Eastern nations have updated their airport security policies to say, "Encrypted storage? Nah, we're gonna need to see that." And if they can't see what's on your drive, they might just take it. Seriously, a journalist flying to Beijing had his encrypted SSD seized and was told, point blank, "You can enter after this drive is wiped." The guy basically had to factory reset his brain to pass immigration. No warning, no help from the airline, and not even an apology. Just security protocol. Even if you're just connecting through a stricter country, your drive could become a problem. TSA might let it fly, but the next airport might not. Here's the move: back your stuff up to the cloud and encrypt it after you land. Or better yet, don't carry sensitive data if you can help it. Because in 2025, your storage device could be more suspicious than your snack pack. There's 7 herbal supplements and sleep aids. So you're just trying to sleep on a red-eye flight without drooling on the stranger next to you. You pop a melatonin, sip your chamomile tea, maybe take a mystery capsule your yoga friend swore by. Sounds harmless, right? Well, TSA doesn't think so anymore. In 2025, the rules around supplements have gotten weird. It's not just CBD anymore. Now, herbs like kratom, valerian root, and even St. John's wort are raising flags, especially if they're in unmarked containers. A wellness blogger in Miami had $200 worth of imported herbal capsules confiscated, not because they were illegal, but because they weren't labeled. TSA basically said, if we don't know what it is, it's not flying. Even standard vitamins in Ziploc bags or weekly pill organizers can get you pulled aside. Agents are using field test kits more often, and if your stuff looks suspicious, they're opening it. Want to avoid a whole scene? Keep supplements in their original sealed containers. Mainstream brands are less likely to cause drama. And here's a weirdly useful hack. Snap a picture of the original bottle and keep it on your phone. It's not foolproof, but it helps if agents start asking questions. Because in 2025, your lavender-scented sleep aid might get treated like contraband. 6 compressed gas cartridges, beauty devices, razors, SodaStream, etc. You'd think something called a facial mister would sound peaceful, relaxing even. But no, thanks to pressurized gas cartridges, that soothing skincare device is now a potential flight hazard. Compressed gas isn't new on the TSA radar. Life vests and CO2 cartridges have been regulated for a while, but in 2025, the crackdown got Intense. Now, beauty gadgets, electric razors, travel humidifiers, and even portable soda makers are on the naughty list if they use pressurized containers. One woman had her $120 Micro Meister confiscated at JFK, not because it was oversized or suspicious, just because it had a tiny non-removable gas capsule inside. That was enough to trigger alarms and get the entire bag flagged. Here's the thing. TSA doesn't want surprise pressure bombs in the air, even if it's just your skincare routine. Their new rule says if it sprays and it's under pressure, either declare it, label it, or leave it home. That includes mini airbrush makeup kits, gas-powered razors, and those fun little soda cartridges. And for the love of turbulence, don't try to sneak one through in your carry-on, and act surprised when they ask if your water bottle doubles as a fog machine. Be upfront, declare it, or better yet, pack it in checked baggage if it's allowed there. 5. Powders over 12 ounces. Protein, spices, etc. Liquids used to be the big drama, but powders? They're 2025's new security villain. That innocent protein shake mix you tossed in your carry-on. It might be enough to land you in the bag check line for a full breakdown. TSA's quietly updated their policy. Any powdery substance over 12 ounces is fair game for secondary screening. That includes whey protein, baby formula, powdered drink mixes, baking powder, spices, even cosmetic setting powder. And no, putting it in a clear Ziploc bag doesn't help. One guy flying out of Phoenix had his protein powder confiscated just because it was in an unlabeled plastic tub. TSA saw white powder in unmarked container, and suddenly it was a scene from Breaking Bad. Even sweet grandmas aren't safe. One got her homemade spice blend taken away because she'd put it in a cute little mason jar without a label. Here's the fix. Keep all powders in their original packaging. If you need to carry a big amount, check it instead of bringing it on board. And for bonus points, bring the receipt. That way, if agents ask questions, you've got proof that your muscle fuel isn't moon dust. Because no one wants to miss a flight arguing about turmeric. Number 4. Bluetooth trackers in checked bags. You'd think airlines would be thrilled you're tracking your own suitcase. Less work for them, right? Nope. In 2025, some international carriers decided Bluetooth trackers in checked bags are a no-go. Lufthansa, Korean Air, and a few others now ban them outright, claiming the constant signal transmission might mess with aircraft systems. Whether that's science or just airline paranoia, the ban is real. No signs, no heads up, just a gate agent telling you to dig through your bag or it's not flying. One traveler had to fish out her AirTag at check-in while everyone behind her looked ready to mutiny. TSA hasn't banned them yet, but they've slapped on that vague under review label. Translation: could be fine today, gone tomorrow. To be safe, stash your tracker in your carry-on where no one can complain. And always check your airline's rules before check-in, because losing your bag is bad, but losing your tracker and your bag because of fine print? That's a travel nightmare. 3. Foil wrap snacks. Your homemade sandwich isn't the problem, it's the foil prison you wrapped it in. Aluminum foil might be great for keeping your lunch fresh, but in 2025, it's become public enemy number 1 for TSA scanners. Why? Because those scanners can't see through foil. It bounces X-rays back, leaving a big dark blob on their screen that basically screams, "Search me." One mom flying from Denver packed a few foil-wrapped sandwiches and thought nothing of it until TSA pulled her entire bag, held it for half an hour, and manually unraveled each one like it was a suspicious care package. Turns out if you stack multiple foil items together, burritos, snack bars, candy, they can mimic the outline of weapon parts or solid contraband. TSA agents aren't being dramatic. They literally can't identify what's inside unless they stop everything and do it by hand. So while you're imagining airport efficiency, they're playing lunch or landmine. Save everyone the hassle, ditch the foil, use transparent plastic wrap, silicone snack bags, or clear containers. TSA doesn't care if it's a homemade granola bar or your grandma's legendary chicken wrap. They just want to see it, scan it, and move on. because nobody wants to be that person holding up the line over a ham and cheese. 2. Disposable vapes/e-cigarettes. Disposable vapes used to be the chillest travel companion. Tiny, discreet, and TSA barely blinked. But in 2025, they're on the radar, not for what's inside, but for what powers them. A flood of cheap knockoffs hit the market with sketchy lithium batteries that overheat like microwaved soup. Now, TSA scanners are smarter. They're using image recognition and serial number checks to flag specific vape models right at security. You could be holding a vape that looks totally normal, but if the battery ID matches a flagged list, boom, it's getting trashed. One traveler at LAX had hers taken away before she could even argue. Same design as a safe one, but that little serial number sealed its fate. The worst part? Most of the banned ones come from unregulated overseas brands, so you might not even know yours is risky. Play it safe. Stick to big-name vapes from legit stores. And if you've got doubts, TSA. Cares can tell you what's cleared to fly. Better that than watching your vape get tossed before boarding. 1. Common OTC medications in foreign countries. You'd never expect allergy meds to land you in trouble, but in 2025, what's legal in your medicine cabinet could get you detained overseas. Medications like pseudoephedrine, diphenhydramine, and certain sleep aids are sold over the counter in the US. But in places like Japan, the UAE, and Nigeria, they're categorized as controlled substances. Doesn't matter if you bought it at CVS, in some countries, these pills are treated like serious narcotics. One traveler on a layover in Dubai got pulled aside when a routine bag scan showed an allergy medication that's perfectly legal stateside. He wasn't smuggling, he wasn't high. He just had a box of sinus relief tablets. But under local law, that was enough for questioning and paperwork that nearly made him miss his connection. TSA won't stop you at the US gate, but border control abroad? Totally different story. Before any international trip, especially with stopovers, check the medication laws of every country on your route. Some require doctor's notes, others demand prescriptions for anything beyond aspirin. And for countries like Japan, even bringing in Vicks inhalers can raise eyebrows. Bring documentation, bring prescriptions, and when in doubt, ask your doctor to print a travel letter. Your nasal spray should never be the reason you end up explaining yourself to customs. So, which of these bans caught you off guard? Have you ever had something taken at security that made you go, wait, that's illegal now? Drop your story in the comments. Your experience might actually save someone else from a surprise delay. If this video helped you dodge a TSA meltdown, give it a like so more travelers can stay in the know. And don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips, airport hacks, and airline rule updates that actually matter. Thanks for watching, and may your snacks stay visible, your vapes stay legal, and your flight actually board on time. Safe travels!